Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's been a while since we've been here. Um, Various different things, various illnesses for various different people, both on camera and off camera, which have caused us to put a delay in. Technically, I am recovering from my own bout of something stupid, and yeah, we've got people here that went to LARP and got ill. Clever people. And, and then yeah, so it's been a little while since we recorded episode 32. We're gonna obviously try and get this one out as soon as we can. Episode number 33, and we've just been trying to remind ourselves of what we've been doing because, as I say, it's been a while. It's been 6 weeks since we last recorded, something like that. So yeah, bit of a break, bit of a daft little break. But we are back. We're back with the Abomination Vaults. We're back on now version 10 of Foundry because they keep on updating things on me and breaking stuff and various other bits and pieces and integrating bits of software that used to be a module and confusing the living daylights out of me. But hey, it's all there and it's all good, and we've still got these lovely maps and everything else. So those of you that are watching us will not need me to remind you what's doing because you can just go back and watch it. But for the purpose of the players, a brief recap. We have been going round the third level. So, everything works downwards here. So let's say we had the ground floor, the ruins that they went through. They've done one floor basement, and they're now on their third floor. But effectively, it's the second basement level, which has turned out to be a particularly large library of some description. They've been given that information that this is the library multiple times, and in their recent encounter, they encountered a pair of ghouls calling themselves members of the cult of Canker, who were a lot smarter than most normal ghouls because they could cast spells, which put them in a bit of a bad situation. We have dealt with that as a group. They killed them off fairly happily and brought them to their new friend Orgrill, who merrily started chomping on them, and they have had a night's rest in order to allow them to have some spell slots back and a bit of healing. We have put all of the characters back in one of the rooms that they have been exploring, but at this point, realistically, I'm going to start a little bit of music, and then it will be up to the players what they want to do next, because yeah, we're on a bit of a sort of open play at this point, I guess we could say. It says hoping that we get some sound. Come on. No, of course not. I'm not getting any sound at all, am I? Wonderful. Wonderful. Just what I needed. Okie dokie. I'm just going to pause for a second. Yeah, there we go. Sound is back. I can now hear it, at the very least. Not entirely sure what's going on here, but it's all good fun. It's all good fun.
Technology.
Hmm?
I said technology.
Technology, yeah. There we go. Vaguely coming through now.
Reliable thing.
Well, yes. So, yeah, we have dumped people off. I'm going to swap it back to the map screen so that everybody on stream can see it on the recording. You don't mind me, guys, because of the way I'm feeling. I'm going to minimise how much I talk. It's all down to you lot, okay? So I'm going to just throw that for you now, okay?
Oh, damn.
yeah. I'm going to describe rooms and be very brief about everything. But yes, you have walked yourself back round to this chamber now. Whether or not this is actually where you want to be, that's entirely up to you. You do have some knowledge of a couple of routes around this floor that you have not explored. There was to the north here, the room that you encountered the Canker cultists in, but you know that there is another room on the other side which had something going on in it. There was banging noises, sounded like things almost being built or constructed, and the distinct sound of what could probably be ghouls At least one of these talking ones who seem to be ordering somebody around. You also know that there's a corridor over to effectively what is the west of you, where you saw a couple of ghouls hanging around in that corridor, and decided previously to back yourselves out and not go that way. So there are a couple of routes. There's also the route to go down, which you found in the cave just to the south of you. There's the route back to town, and there's a route that goes upstairs. In fact, you found a couple of routes that go upstairs, to be fair. So, where do you want to go?
I mean,
As
we're
we said,
gonna clear the floor anyway, so we might as well just go where we are.
Straight to the problem.
Mm.
Go straight up
Wait,
the
that's
corridor.
us.
No, I identify as a threat, not a problem.
Ah, okay.
Is being a threat
So-
better than being a problem?
Yep.
It makes you somebody else's problem.
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
I'm problematic. Anyway, so go through this that room where those two more intelligent ones were, and then just bust a nut and burst out and do over whoever's on the other side of the next door, and hope we don't get overwhelmed by ghouls.
Think through not being careful about this.
Well, if they're building stuff,
Might
We
be
will- Go on.
building. I was gonna say they might be building a chest of drawers. Like, we don't know what they're building.
I have to admit, on the odds, are they likely to be doing what's the local equivalent of IKEA, DM?
There isn't one, really. Flat pack furniture is not really a thing.
Not really thinking Absalom. Okay.
We should
There are
leave
no ye
ourselves-
olde Ikers. Sorry.
we should leave ourselves that escape route, right, that I blocked off by accident last time. So we can run back through that little corridor into where we are currently, if it all goes wrong.
Sounds like an idea.
Brains of the group.
I mean, the reason why I like this corridor straight away just to here is because it is kind of narrow. We've got a bit of a room we can work with, and we've got lots and lots of doors.
Yeah.
Because if we go the long way around, it's a really open corridor, a really open set of rooms, and like eventually we get to a door.
Whereas here we've got a good choke point that we can fall back to.
Yeah. If I don't block it. Yeah.
Well, you have control over your characters, guys. By all means, start opening doors and start moving around. I've always got a pause button if you go somewhere I don't want you to go.
I'm going to declare I'm scouting because
Mhm.
initiative is cool.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything else specifically?
Sneak.
Sneak.
Sneak, sneak.
Sneak, sneak.
Observe.
Okie dokie. I shall roll for those of you that are sneaking in and the like, and observing and the like. Got the numbers here, so that's fine. Okay.
What does this room look like again? Is it kind of like a study area again?
The room that you're going through, it's sort of. It's almost like the kind of room where potentially books might have been illuminated before.
Emporium.
Similar, not quite, but it's it's how to put it this way. This looks more like a room in which somebody might have the space to write new things. It's like it's not really a study. It's almost like a specific author's chambers.
Neffy, you got sharper ears than a lot of us, I think. Do you want to have another listen on this door just in case? It's been a little bit of a while.
Okie coke. Yeah, because it's been a long rest, hasn't it? So,
Yeah.
I have a listen.
Okay. You again just hear a general sound of people being busy on the other side. You can't really pick out how many though.
Okay. Then, yeah.
Hang on.
I
let
backed
me-
up again.
I'm gonna go in. Is there anything I can get with my spirit haunt weird?
No, there isn't anything within the sort of distance. You kind of focus on it, and no, unfortunately, there is nothing really that spins out to you.
You say unfortunately. I'm classing that as fortunately.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So we got. Do we want to bust through, or are we going to quietly open this so we got like half a second to bluff?
You volunteering to bluff?
I mean, I'm not necessarily the best bluffer.
Has that actually worked for us at any point so far?
We're going no. That's probably a no. I don't think. Phelan, have we ever managed to actually like convince anyone we're I don't know, inspectors or otherwise?
We have not managed this yet.
We tried.
Yeah, we've tried, and you know, they clearly have some kind of death wish. Because you know they could just say, yeah, right, piss off. But no, it's always Morg and wailing into us with stuff.
So we're blaming the victims of our murder hoboing. Got ya.
Yeah, this is the difference between characters and players. The characters are definitely victim blaming. Bust it down is the plan then. Bust it down and shout at everyone to stand still. I like this idea.
In that case, without opening the door, because I clicked the wrong thing, I'm going to go and hide behind Moz.
I wasn't expecting you to go first.
We're doing intimidating. It's not me.
I'm with a bit of a look around and just making sure Moz will go for that full-on bash through the door. Like
Okay.
slam open kind of grey through and step out, halberd at the ready.
Try not to bounce off it this time.
Fair enough. Okay, so should we do a little bit of a hold there?
God, that was a mistake.
Rows of
Oh no,
bookshelves
close
run
the
the
door!
length of this room, although in places they've been damaged or tipped over. The books that once sat on the ruined shelves appear to have been relocated to other shelves. Several doors lead out of this room, but the double doors to the north are the most impressive. It's made of stone, carved with strange feminine shape rising from the ghost-lace mists of a cemetery of emptied graves. The thing that kind of catches you, so that in and of itself is like, you open the door, you see all this stuff in there, including this huge double door at the other end. But that's not the thing that really confuses you. The thing that really confuses you is, while there are several creatures in this room, 4 of which look like normal ghouls, 1 of which looks like a robed creature very similar to the ones that you've been fighting, it appears that the robed creature is directing the ghouls to build the bookshelves.
With a mighty bellow, Moz goes, "Stand still, book inspectors."
Can I get you all to roll for initiative, please?
Get your ivory cards out.
Yeah. I'll
I'm not
just.
intimidating.
kick
That
it.
was what I upped my last skill in. So, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Initiative. Yes, please.
Are we getting +1 for Moz Scouting?
So you're getting +1
Yeah.
for Moz Scouting, apart from, I believe, Moz doesn't, because he's got his improved initiative, so he does not get that. And I
Get a
shall.
+2.
You do indeed get a +2 instead. So, yep. Okay, so let's do this nice and quick, or at least as quickly as is entirely possible. Neffy.
T7.
7.
Cool.
T7. 2-7.
27. Okay.
It's a lot better.
That is better than what I initially heard. It's like, pardon, what? Phelan.
How can you roll 18?
18. Okay. Moz.
20.
20. Yeah, and Inver.
17.
17. Okay, right. Well, I've only got a couple more to roll, so just give me 1 second. Yeah. Oh dear. Should do all of this in front of time. I used to. Okay. All right. So we are going to start. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the last of these initiatives.
Oh, good gods.
And we'll. I mean, I know you've seen them already.
Oh.
Roll.
Roll.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. We shall begin this, and we're going to begin with Neffy. Let's get the music going. A little
Okay.
bit different, shall we? Let's have something a little bit darker.
Let it go and write a song about that.
Neffy,
Yes.
you are first.
So, I can see this one straight ahead. So I'm
You
just going
absolutely
to
can,
shoot
yep.
at the bugger.
Shoot him. Yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
reasonable.
yeah.
It's
I get
yeah.
a sneak attack for that.
I mean, you would. Just out of curiosity, what is the range of your hand crossbow?
Oh,
What's the AC at the back of my head?
It doesn't say it on there. Hang on. It's in.
So if you-
it's in the item bit.
If you open
60
up
foot.
60 foot. Okay, you are in range.
So I rolled. So 20.
20 is definitely a hit.
So I'm trying to remember what damage it does.
So I believe your
because-
hand crossbow normally does 1d6. With your sneak attack, you'll get an extra d6.
D6, yeah. So that's 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. This thing gets a bolt sort of in its shoulder. The bookcase would have been in the way, but it only covers kind of like its lower half, so you've caught it quite heavily in the shoulder. That's one action.
Yep, reload
2 actions.
and shoot the bugger again.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
I'm into this.
21.
21 is still going to be a hit. Yeah, I mean, you got 20 the last time.
Yeah. Do I get sneak?
You
On this one?
You do, because it's
Okay.
still flat-footed. Well, to
Awesome.
you he is anyway.
Yeah. That's 7 points of damage.
Another
and then
7
that's me
points
done.
of damage. Okay, so that ghoul howls out in pain. It's just about enough for everybody to react to it, at which point it's going to be the ghouls that go next. Pretty much all of them. So we're going to go with the first ghoul that spotted all of this happening is the one that is at the back, just over here. I've just pinged for everyone. And we are going to go with this ghoul. He's going to look around. He's going to spot Moz because he's got dark vision, so he can easily see you. And he's going to run over to you. He's got a movement speed of 30 foot, so he can get right by the side of you, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He rushes over to Moz, and Moz would normally get an attack of opportunity, but he hasn't gone yet, so you don't get that yet. So he's then going to attempt to hit you with his jaws, I think. Hmm?
Thing.
Hmm?
I said rhythm stick.
Oh,
It was me
dear.
thinking it was Ghoul Gone Wild.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Oh, God. Dear, oh, dear. I am going to have to just very quickly check that on this creature because I'm pretty certain some of it's broken. Cool. Yeah, plus 9. Okay, so 18.
That's a mess.
Oh dear. At which point he's going to try and hit you with his. That was a jaw bite. So he'll try and hit you with his claws next instead. For all of a 7. I'm pretty sure that's not going to succeed. Okay, and I'm going to have to fix all of my creatures. Okay, the next ghoul is going to go, and he is this one just here, the one that got shot several times. He is going to... I mean, he really wants to kind of get to Neffy, but can't right now, so he's going to rush over and go and flank Moz by sort of rushing around the side. He's then going to also try and bite you, Moz.
Rude.
21 and you're flanked.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, pips it.
Okie dokie.
Matches beats.
Matches beats. You are going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
There's funky things about ghouls, isn't there?
There is. They can paralyze. I would like you to make a fortitude save throw, please.
I'm gonna quickly check my feet because I think there might be something in there. I have something in there. No, that's will. That's. You say fortitude?
I did.
Yep, there's fuck all in there. Fortitude. So.
Roll high.
Nat 20 plus 9.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's fine. So you're not paralyzed, but can you also then make a following fortitude save throw for ghoul fever, please?
Use a different dice. I'm not using that one again. It's looked up for a minute. Okay. I think something seems to cause something from these ghouls gone wild. That's a 3 plus 9.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Now remember, you've got options here. You could use your hero point.
Yeah, but it's really early in this fight. There's going to be so many more opportunities. Hero point just gives me a reroll at some point.
It gives you a reroll, yes.
I'll take it for 1. I'll not do it on this one.
Okay. Well, nothing happens right now, but just remember, you've got ghoul fever.
Ghoul fever.
He's then going to try and hit you with his claw. That's going to miss. I'm not even going to mention how much that misses. Okay, so that's 2 of my guys gone. It's at this point that a third one's going to have a go as well. So that is this chappie right here. He's got an easy option, really. He's just going to slide across, and he's going to try and bite you. Moz getting, unfortunately, everything right now. A 20, but you're not flanked against him, so...
It's an armor. Bites a face full of plate armor.
Okay.
Gauntlet to my fist in his mouth.
And his third action to try and hit you with a claw is going to fail. If it makes you feel any better, it's your turn now.
I mean, it doesn't, but thank you. We're gonna try and. If someone comes in on the diagonals, they're still gonna be able to hit me, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. So Brutish Shove is only relatively useless. So in that case, then I am gonna go for a full vote of hitting the most haggard one, which is the one to my left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flip the halberd around and stab him in the face.
Fair.
For a 19 plus 12.
19 plus 12. Which one did you go for again?
One on my left, screen left.
On the screen left. A 19 plus a 12 is going to be a critical hit for your 31 or whatever it is that you come up with.
29, 31. Yeah, 31. That's good. Okay, right. Where's my numbers? How about it? 1d10 plus strength plus thing. It's that one. So 4 plus 4, 8.
And then doubled.
16 points of damage. Of
Okay.
stabby damage.
Do you want to explain how you kill this one?
Basically, as he brings the halberd up and over, he kind of misjudges it and just decides to power through and just drops the halberd clean on through him.
Okay, I mean, that was the one that has already been peppered once, but yeah, you absolutely butcher that one. What is your second action?
Hang on, up for a nice big overhand across the body. He's going to rip it back across the front of him, going for a
Okay.
from midsection bisection attempt at the one in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a 13 plus 7 for 20 total.
That is a hit.
Change out 10 dice. That's a 3 plus 4 for 7.
Okay, this one is still standing, but that is a still quite a hefty chunk out of this creature.
Over the top, bisection.
Mhm.
And then he's just going to use the bottom end of the halberd and hook backwards and try and not quite rip as but rip backwards through. See how that. That's a 12 plus 2, so 14.
That's going to be a miss. Literally only just, but that is going to be a miss, I'm afraid. It's at this point that my final normal ghoul is going to join in with this fight. He does not have the capacity. He could just about run past, but that would give you... Well, he doesn't know, does he? He
Backwards.
rushes through. Why can't I do that? Why is it not letting me move? There we go. He rushes past and tries to get into that gap. Moz, you have an attack of opportunity there.
I vote to stab him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I vote for that too.
That's a 10 plus 12 for 22.
That is a hit.
That's a 1 plus 4 for 5.
5 points damage. I mean, it still catches him by surprise as he goes rushing past you. As he flies past you, he will try and hit you with his teeth just to start with. That's going to completely miss. You obviously, as you came round and caught him as he went past you and he's trying to bite you as he goes through, you just knock him off of his feet. He'll spin round, try and hit you with his claws, and that is a 20 to hit. He has got flanking.
And I've got 21 as an AC.
Oh, so that's going to hit you. Thankfully, you can't be diseased again. You take 3 points damage, but I would like you. Does he have paralyze on his claw attack? That is a very, very good question, and it's a very difficult question to answer when a lot of my stats have disappeared. He does have paralysis on his claws. Could you please make a fortitude save?
That'll be a 5 and 9, which doesn't feel like enough. At 14, so this is where I'll take that hero point.
Yeah, fair.
That's an 18 plus 9. I feel much more confident about that.
Yeah, that definitely succeeds. You are not paralysed by this ghoul. Phelan, it is your turn.
Right.
You can see Moz up ahead. Well, you can't quite see Moz up ahead. Now you can.
Here.
Yep,
I can only see that ghoul
that's correct.
directly ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
There's a light. Badger.
There's a light on over at Frankenstein Badger. Okay. So in all seriousness, I'm a bit wary of the amount of people in the way for throwing a firebolt. So we'll give it the horns and bounce an electric arc off it.
Okay, cool.
So that's a basic
reflex save.
Dexterity save. Yeah, basic reflex save.
Basic reflex save for this creature here. A natural 1. So that would be normally a total of a 10. I'm pretty certain that's a failure. And if all else fails, it's most definitely going to be a critical failure. So,
Right.
so roll your damage and I'll take 2 of it.
9.
9, 18 points of damage. Do you want to explain what happens to this poor ghoul?
Okay. It does the comedic being frazzled by electricity dance, and then its skull explodes.
Oh!
A superheated undead brain matter exceeds the pressure capacity of the bone.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm not sure I wanted to ask now. So...
Don't blame me. I've been reading a book wherein the titular character gets shot through the head twice, quite explosively.
Oh, oh
Pathfinder
dear.
doesn't often get the kills, so we haven't had many examples of how he describes things.
No, that's true.
Disappear, I
That's
like.
true. Inver, it is your go.
And I am one action short of every combination of everything I want to do. And what I was hoping was that matey chap over here with the hood and the robes would have saved me the bother and moved before I went, because that would have solved my problem. However,
Not making themselves more victim-like.
yeah.
Yell at him, call him an inconvenient.
Well, see, this is the thing. He's not in range for me to do that. He is 1 square too far.
You'd
And I was an
actually
idiot.
shout at.
Yes, and I was an idiot and didn't cast the bonus damage on Moz's weapon before we started, despite having the time in the corridor to do it. Oh,
Lovely stuff.
I know, right? Okay. I am going to go and make myself a target somewhere else. Probably about there. So, good.
Okay, I'm going to ask for one thing. Just an athletics check to make sure you can get over the bookshelf. I know I've said that they're only sort of chest high, but there's still a little bit of a hop and a jump to get over that. So, an acrobatics check
well-
as part of it. Otherwise, we might say that you end up falling prone on the other side.
If they look high enough to jump over, I'm going to do something different.
They, as I did describe them earlier, they are about
Yeah,
chest
it's
high.
me not listening. All right. Well, natural 20 and a +1 from the stat will probably do it.
I mean, yeah, you gracefully leap over the chest high bookshelf. No issues whatsoever.
I could have probably done with that natural 20 for what I'm doing next, but anyway. So, I am going to use the fact that I do, in fact, have considerable skill in intimidation and intimidating glare to target that guy.
Okay, that seems
It's an
entirely
intimidation check
fair. It is an intimidation check against his will
to
DC.
demoralize.
Mm.
Oops, not on the floor. It's not.
No, don't do that.
I'm going to hero point the natural 1.
Okay, yeah, not a bad idea.
Right, 22.
22 is exactly what you would need to intimidate him. He is therefore frightened 1. That is your third action. Sorry, second action. You still have a third.
I do, and I cannot put myself in a useful place to do anything. Everything else I want to do is 2. I'm going to cast Shield.
Okay, that seems fair enough. You cast shield on yourself. I should just
In
put
fact,
the.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll do that.
Yep. No. Okay. I'll just make sure you have the shield effect on your character, so that anything that then targets you, we all know the difference. There you are. You now have shield. Right. Okay. It is then the Canker Cultist's turn. So he is going to go next. and he is going to. Well, he was considering coming up a little bit closer, but with you where you are, Inver, he's going to change his mind, and he is instead going to cast a spell on you. So I need you, please, to make a. Do I need to make you make something, or do I need to make something? A will saving throw, please.
Well, you said that before I came up with, could you make a decision? Get myself an extra roll.
Now.
17.
What was that, sorry?
17.
17. Okay. That is going to be a fail, I'm afraid. You take... Oh, I'm throwing things on the floor now. I need a D4 very quickly. Yes, I've now got a caltrop on the floor. 8 points of mental damage. In addition, you are going to take 2 points of mental damage persistent. And you are sickened 1.
Okay.
So we'll mark you with the sickened.
I didn't like him before. I really don't like him now.
And you will now have persistent damage. And I will try
Second does lots, doesn't it? It's the one that screws pretty much everything.
Sickened does a fair amount. I wouldn't say it messes with everything, but it messes with a lot of things. So the sickened effect, just dumped it into our chat channel now. You feel ill. Sickened always includes a value. It's just 1. You take a status penalty in all of your checks and DCs by that value. Now that includes things like I believe armor class, because armor class is effectively a DC. It's just the target number to attack you. So yeah, there's quite a lot that it does. So that was 2 actions for him, and then for his third action, he is going to. This problem that I've got with the monster stats is slowing everything down. I apologise to everyone. He is going to cast... Is he going to cast? No, he's not. He is going to move. 30 foot.
I assume the frightened condition didn't drop his DC to anything I could beat with that roll, right?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. At that point, his value will... his frightened condition will drop. It is the start of the second turn, and Neffy, it is your go. Let's see if I can find that caltrop.
Okay. Well, that's annoying. I can't see any of the enemies, so I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna.
There are lots of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my crossbow and
that's
draw
free.
my rapier.
That's an action. Yep.
Then I'm gonna move.
Yep.
So what's that? That would be 5, 10. Could I tumble through one of them and land here?
You absolutely can.
But...
I will say this. The tumble through thing would normally make the target flat-footed. If you end over that side, it's going to be flat-footed anyway. So rather than roll, you can just say you take a longer route round, and then you don't have to roll anything. It's not a check. And you don't also slow down, which is the other problem.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to land there. And then I'm going to try and stab the bugger.
Rude.
Yeah. That would be a 19.
A 19 is a hit.
And I'm doing sneak damage, am I correct?
Are. So this will be 2d6 again.
Yeah. So that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. It doesn't kill it, but that's a big old chunk of its health. You have another action. One to move. Oh, no, you drew. You correct. No, that is all of them because you drew your sword. So, yeah, drew, move, attack. So, yes, that is all of your actions. It's at that point that one is going to go.
Yeah, I thought it might.
And having just been stabbed in the back, Moz is a taste. I'm gonna turn around and have a bite at Neffy.
Rude.
Critical hit. Natural 20 for a 29, which is definitely going to hurt you. So firstly, I'd like you to take 4 damage. That's even with the critical. But I need you to make a fortitude save, please. In fact, you're going to have to make 2. Let's do the paralysis first.
Okay, so that's 21 on the first one.
Okay, you're not paralysed.
Good.
Now let's try for the
sickness.
Fever.
Oh, I rolled the exact same again.
Oh, look at you. We haven't got a repeat. We haven't got a repeat of the LARP incident then. So with
same 2 people down with the same sickness. Clever
Okay. So that. He's then going to try and claw Moz. No, that's going to miss. 14. No, 15. And then he'll try and claw Neffy. And that's only a 13. So no. It would have been my 2 ghouls' turn, but they're both dead. So Moz.
So the one on my left is a little bit injured.
Yeah,
is that right? And the one on my right is not so much injured.
And then the one on the right is now very injured thanks to Neffy.
Like I said, having kind of caught him on the way through, I'm going to keep the axe head on the back. I'm just going to rip backwards and hopefully tag him in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
That's 12 plus 12 for 24.
24 is a hit.
We've got a 10. That's a 10 plus 4 for 14.
Yeah, go on then. Explain how this one dies.
Having caught the one on the left as it's gone forward, he kind of spins the halberd so the axe head is actually facing backwards, and he just rips his shoulder back and just decapitates it with the backhand.
Okay. So having dealt with that for your first action, what's your second action going to be?
I mean, cinematically, probably poking with the butt of the halberd. Then we'd have to flip this over and just stab in the face because hitting with the butt does nothing, apparently. So I vote for stabbing it in the face. For an 8 plus 7, making 15.
Miss.
Oh.
Ooh.
15 misses.
15 misses.
I should have made that an exacting strike. Okay. There we go. And we're going to make it a Brutish Shove. We're going to make this last one a Brutish Shove. There's very little chance it's going to hit, but we'll go for it anyway. That's a 14 plus something. Wait for it. 14 plus 2 for 16.
That is a hit.
And the Brutish Shove gives me...
Pushing 5 foot, I believe.
If your target is your size or smaller, that creature is flat-footed until the end of my current turn. You can automatically shove it with the same benefits as the shove action.
Yeah, it's
basically, it's just
5 foot push.
Back 5 foot.
Which to an extent is worth it because, you know, you stop him just being able to attack 3 times.
Mm-hmm. He has to move and take another halberd in the face if he decides to.
Okay, roll damage.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's still an attack.
5 plus 4 for 9.
9 points damage. He also does not look very healthy now. Having done that to him, it is his turn. Kind of looks at you, realizes, the full armor and everything else and all the rest of it, and remembers that there was a certain somebody that went vaulting over the cabinets earlier. So instead of going to you, he's going to run around and go for Inva. That is, however, an attack of opportunity because he does indeed leave your area of influence with a full move rather than a step.
And it's a full map attack, so here we go.
It
We're
is,
hoping for more than 3. Technically 4. Technically more than 4. I'll take an 18 plus 12.
That's sure, that's a critical hit.
Hello?
4 points of damage.
No,
is that... No, 2 on the dice. 2 plus 4 is 6, makes 12. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. And doubled because it's a crit.
Sorry, 2 plus 4 gives me 6. Doubled gives us 12.
Yeah, okay. 12 points of damage. As it's skirting around the side, having looked and seen where Inva is, you just catch it on the way past. And it more skids at Inva's feet rather than anything else. Phelan, it's your turn.
Right. Okay.
What anything about ghoul sickness?
You don't have to roll anything right now.
Probably not mid-combat.
No.
Okay. So, moving 15 feet down here, I can't see anything worth doing anything to. Can I sneak another 5-10 round this corner?
Yeah. You should just about, from there, be able to see the one remaining creature.
Can. And I chose the wrong side to go, because I don't think I'm in range. Nope. 35 feet. Oh, well, never mind.
Okay, so one action to move to there.
One action to call up the badger.
Mm-hmm. Might have to do it bit by bit, I'm afraid. Yep.
And probably recall knowledge on these ghoul things to see if they carry any particular diseases. I can probably see some wounds on Moz.
Yes, indeed you can. So yes, make a... Oh God, trying to remember now. It would be a religion roll, please. If you have religion.
Okay. I do.
In fact, I should roll it, thinking about it, because that's the way that 2nd edition works. Dear me.
Okay. I've got +9.
+9. Yes, you do recall ghouls have something called ghoul fever. And it's not the best thing in the world. If Moz has got it, he will be fine for the first day. For a day, it's no problems. There's no effect from ghoul fever. However, after that day, tomorrow, he will need to make another save. He will take some damage from that. And will only regain half his hit points that he would normally gain from sleeping or any other form of healing. The next day, it's the same. Exactly the same problem. The day after that, he can no longer be healed. At all. And then, if he happens to get to 6 days in, he'll die and become a ghoul.
Good thing I don't know this.
Right now.
Now, as with all things like this, if you do a medicine check to effectively administer first aid, bed rest, all the rest of it, he can get a bonus to his fortitude save each day with the extra help. And the target sort of number for that is the same as resisting the disease in the first place. So Moz has probably got a relatively good chance of just surviving this because he's quite a hearty individual, and he could well. But yeah, if he gets some bad results, it could go downhill quite quickly for Moz.
I see.
Okay, that is your third action. Inva.
Now I'm grouchy. I'm gonna drop a sound burst on this chappy over here.
Okie dokie. What does that do?
A cacophonous noise blasts out. 10-foot burst. Range of 30 feet. Dealing sonic damage. Each creature must attempt a fortitude save.
A fortitude save. Okie dokie. I will get a 22 on my fortitude save.
That would be a success, I believe.
Yeah, your DC is
Yes,
17,
40,
so yes.
Yeah. But you still take half of what I'm about to roll.
Yep.
It's TD10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goody, that is a 3 and a 6 for 9. Halved is 5.
Goes down, I'm afraid, so 4.
4.
Okay, he takes
Excellent.
4 points damage. You still have 1 action left, I'd imagine.
I do. I'm going to spend it throwing up and try and get a fortitude save.
Okay, so yeah, first thing you are trying to do is get rid of the sickened condition. So yes, roll your fortitude save.
4.
24. You definitely retch up and you get rid of the sickened condition. Now.
And now I'm grouchy and I can see straight. Awesome.
You are, however, going to take 2 points of damage from the... Actually, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am wrong, because I believe, if I have just read this correctly, when you... if the target recovers from being sickened, the persistent damage ends. So you will not take the persistent damage because you got rid of the sickened condition.
As a free action, I'm going to yell for everybody else to try and get the spellcaster.
It is, however, the spellcaster's turn. So the spellcaster is going to. So I've done that. And if I do that, it's only going to be 30 foot. How many people can I get in 30 foot? Yeah, not you, and yeah. He stands still and begins gesticulating and moving his hands. You guys have seen heal spells before when they've been used to do a burst of healing energy. Out of this guy comes a burst of dark black energy instead. He is going to effectively cast harm in a 30-foot burst. So everybody apart from Phelan, because Phelan is out of range, needs to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
Ooh, 6 and 9 for... actually, no.
20.
15.
15 is a fail. 20 is a success. Neffy?
22.
22 is a success. So, Moz, you'll take the full damage from this. The other two of you will only take half damage. He is casting it at 2nd level, so it does 2d8 points of damage. And that's 10 in total. So, Inver and Neffy will take 5.
Is this a harm spell?
It is a harm spell.
20, Matt. Do I still take damage?
Oh, natural 20. Didn't realise you said that. No, that is a critical success.
Channel Protection Amulet. I
Yes,
gain
you do.
5 resistance against damage from harm spells if I'm living.
Yeah, so you only take 5 damage. Neffy also takes 5 damage. Okay, that was a full 3 action cast, so he is now done. Neffy, it is your turn. Beginning of turn 3.
Okie doke. Can I run at him and then tumble through so I end up behind him?
Let's see what you're spending. You are 5,
35,
10,
but I think
30. Sorry, no. 5, 10, is 20. Yes, you've got just the range to end up just behind him with a tumble through.
okay. So do I roll? What do I roll again?
You need to roll an acrobatics check. It's against his reflex DC, which I now know, so...
22.
That is more than enough. You are able to tumble through on him. I believe that means your next attack, only your next one, but your next attack, he is flat-footed. So, off you go.
Oh, well, that's a net 20.
Oh, of course it is. That would be a critical hit. Welcome to Rapier Town. That means you are going to do... so, roll 2d6. Double the result.
So 9 doubled is
18.
18.
But it's also a deadly weapon, so you get an extra d8 on top.
Ooh, nice.
And that's 4 extra on top.
So 22 points of damage. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's still standing. He doesn't look like that. It was pleasant for him. It looks like he's a little angry at you, in fact. You do have one action left.
I'm going to try and stab him again.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a natural 20 that time. That would be 21.
That is a hit. Yep, that is still a hit. But he's no longer flat-footed, so it's just d6 damage.
No. That's okay, I rolled a 6.
Oh, of course you did. What is it with you guys? Okay, Neffy runs over to the spellcaster and brutalizes him quite considerably, just in time for it to be Moz's turn. And I can only see this going one way.
I would like to charge.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, I can only charge 20 feet, but that's all right. I've got a big stick.
You do indeed.
10 to 15 to 20. I guess we do there, and I have a 10-foot reach. I'm going to stab him in the face. I think I can stab him from there. Yeah.
You can, yeah.
14 plus 12 for 26.
26. 26 is not quite a critical on this guy, I'm afraid. But that is a hit, so...
7 and 4 gives me 11 points of damage.
He is on the very edge. On the very edge. He's standing there, tattered robes all over him, black ivory blood pouring from various different places. He's wobbling on his feet, but he still stands.
Right. Having thrust forward as he's run. But I'm going to take a while. I'm going to... is there any point in any of this?
Yes.
Can't do much with...
There's no point in exacting strike, because exacting strike only affects the third attack. So...
Same with Brutish. I'm just going to go for a bash on the noggin. And miss. And a 3 on the dice plus 7, 10. That's not enough.
No,
It's okay,
that's not
there's
enough.
2 more of us before it's his go.
Phelan! Can Phelan deal the final blow? Or more accurately, is the Badger going to do it?
Oh, the Badger! Go on, Ulrin. Rip its throat out. So... 2, 3, 4, probably 5.
Yep.
And in with the... which is the... and in with the bitey bites.
Mm-hmm.
For 19.
That is exactly a hit. Well, actually, with flanking, to be fair, that's over what you needed, but...
for a grand total of 7 damage.
Okay. Do you want to describe how Lorin gets the final kill of this fight?
So, with the scrabble of claws on stone and carpet, the small black and white fang-tipped torpedo scuttles across the floor. Just kind of slightly shoulder checks Moz in the knee, and then launches for throat height. Claws getting purchase on this canker beast's chest and just
Pulling.
Yeah.
Pulling hard. The fight ends there. It goes quiet in this chamber. You look around. There is not really a lot else in here now other than a whole stack of books. Like a ridiculously and oddly, considering it's ghouls, and you can only assume these ghouls have been here a while, organised set of books. Barring the smashed down bookcases and everything else, all of these books have been organised and put away and neatly allocated into various slots of this library. In addition, there is 4 doorways that you've not gone through in this chamber. One to the east, one to the west, one also in the southern wall, which is where you came in from, but there's actually a second door there, and then the large double doors to the north. What do you want to do?
Neffy, Invar,
Loot the
can you
room.
check that door to the west? We made a lot of noise in here.
I am close.
Yeah, okay.
How about Neffy checks the one? Okay.
I was going to say, I'll check for the east one. I can check the
Yeah,
east door.
Just in case someone's about to burst through the doors that we don't know about.
Okay. I will move myself. I will get this set up right, and then I can move myself. There we go. What can I see or hear?
Very, very easy and simple for you. You can hear noise on the other side. It does indeed seem like something might be paying attention to this door and the noise that created from it. But when you briefly look at the door, you also realise it's bolted shut on this side. So even if there is something on the other side of the door, they can't get in, and you have complete control over this door. Neffy, at your door, you hear nothing.
And then whilst Invo is distracted, can I look on the body of the killed sorcerer guy?
Okay. These guys, they don't really carry anything, and as with the last two, the only thing that you really find of any interest whatsoever is a necklace made of a piece of decayed flesh which has been strung around their neck.
Oh, we've seen that before. That's gross.
I immediately offer it to Invo. Look what I found!
Thanks. I don't think I need more than one to show. But thank you for showing me.
Such a parent response.
Yes, thank you. There.
Well, positive reinforcement for the behaviours you want. If Neffy wants to bring me the things she finds that she thinks are interesting, there is less chance for pocketing the loot.
I would never.
You totally would. And
Such a lie. Anybody else searching the room?
I would like to look at the books.
You'd like
try
to
and
look
get a
at the
sense of
books.
what they are and if there is anything relevant in here.
Okay. You take a bit of time, knowing that you're in a relatively safe space at this point in time. You take a bit of time looking around. The books
first aid Moz while that's happening.
Yes, absolutely. By all means, roll that and let people know what the result is. So as you work through the books in here, you do discover that there's actually quite a wide range of different bits and pieces in here, and things which might be of interest, especially to somebody that is a collector of antique books, things that might be a little bit worthwhile kind of digging through. If you were willing to spend a whole bunch of time in here, you would be able to attempt to recall knowledge with various sort of like on regional history, arcane topics, occult topics, or anything else like that. And this library would be good enough to give you a mechanical bonus to those research rolls. So should anything like that come up and you wish to come in here, that would be 100% something that would be worthwhile. In addition to that, and I'm going to let people roll this themselves. I'm not going to do this as secret. If you are local to Atari, which is probably 2 of you, or in the case of JJ, have been in Atari before for an extended period of time. So I think the only character that really hasn't been in an Atari for a long period of time is Inva. I'm not 100% certain on that one. So the 3 of you that kind of know Atari a little bit better, you can make society rolls if you so desire. Just tell me what the result is.
Society.
Society.
1
25.
7, 17.
15.
15. And what was it for Neffy?
25.
25. Anybody that got over 14, you are aware that there is a gentleman in town called Morlibint, who runs a bookshop called Odd Stories. And he is a particularly eager individual who likes finding books of old titles and rarity. While he potentially wouldn't necessarily pay a massive amount, you definitely believe that there are a good number of books, probably 6 bolts worth of books, so quite a lot to carry, that he would pay for, and it would also improve your standing with him.
Okay, let's dial B for bag of holding.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So you pick up a whole bunch of old books that are in good condition that you kind of have a feeling he might be interested in, and are able to shove those away in your bags. Let me just
Bag of holding has got about 23 bulk spare.
yeah, quite a lot of stuff. So I'm just dropping it into the old loot bag that you've got set up if people want to move them later. But there is your 6 books worth of books. Outside of that, the only thing that kind of really strikes you is the doorway, which is obviously quite a bit different. I mean, it did seem like the ghouls were doing their best to stop you getting in that direction. That's what they seem to be doing, is trying to funnel you away from this room. So that door is potentially worth investigating, but you also have 2 other routes.
I mean, this one looks like we might go back somewhere we've already been, maybe? Isn't there a long corridor down to the left somewhere?
Yeah. That one was the one that was full of loose scabbies. We ended up backing up and round it, and we found the what's his name?
Oh, so we might still have to deal with them if we went that way.
Yeah,
Mm.
I
Okay,
think it was
that's
like
what
half a dozen of
okay.
them or so, half a dozen or 8. But we never knew what was down this end of the corridor.
Not to go check that out then.
I mean, should we check this one?
It's good a chance as anything. I'm loath to poke those big double doors first. I really don't want to poke them first.
Agreed.
Okay.
Have a listen at this door.
You have a listen at that door. You do not hear anything.
Okay. I look around at everyone, see if they're happy for me to tentatively open the door.
I'm
I'm
going
right
to
behind you.
let's get ourselves lined up before we do, hey?
Wise.
Do you want to take a pause for a moment?
Not for this this second. Don't you worry.
Okay.
So, you've listened at the door. You can't hear anything. Neffy, by all means, open that door.
Please tell me it's a tiny cupboard and there's nothing in it.
JJ, did you add the 8 hit points on?
Oh, shit. No, I didn't. Thank you.
Okay.
You open up this door to find a long chamber, very similar to the one you came out of. This room is lined with tables divided into several narrow carrels with old wooden chairs pushed in against them. Upon them, old stacks of paper and tattered books sit amid dry inkwells and brittle writing quills. To the south, a skeleton dressed in shiny-looking chain shirt lies slumped on the floor, clutching something in his bony hands. In addition to that, floating between all of the various cubby holes and desks and other things and pieces is this wonderful looking creature, and let's just show you if I can. Where's my that's not working. Let me just very quickly, I need to open that one up,
getting it out.
and there you go.
Oh.
Is this
Oh!
floating around with a book in their hands? If any of you have ever seen Ghostbusters and the wonderful scene in the library with the ghost that's kind of floating around with the book in their hands, you're just sitting there reading the book, just flicking through it. And as you open the door, Neffy, and she turns around and looks at you, she goes, "Ah, good. Come, sit down. It's time to work." And that's where we're going to end it now. Bye-bye, everyone. And hopefully this lot can work out something to do with this young lady. Bye.